For most forging at the anvil, you can hold the work either in your hands or you can use a pair of well-fitting tongs. But sometimes you need to work on a piece and have your other hand free as well. If you're working with top tools like hand chisels or even a handled struck tool for that matter, the work can move around on the anvil if you don't have a way to hold it. One option is holding it between your legs, but that's not always convenient. And I like my anvil a little bit higher, so this isn't actually flat. I would need to stand on my tippy toes to make that work out right. And that I really find pretty inconvenient. So how do you hold work at the anvil? Well, a classic solution that works wonderfully on a London pattern anvil that has a thin tail on it with a Pritchell hole is a holdfast, very similar to a woodworker's holdfast. And these work very well. They do work loose a little bit while you're using them. You just put them in the hole, hit it with a hammer, and it stays put. Unfortunately, on my big German pattern anvil, that doesn't always work because the anvil is so tall. This does not jam in like it would on the thinner heel of a London pattern anvil. So holdfasts don't really work for me anymore at this anvil, which is too bad because they're really fast, really convenient. This clamp that fits in my Hardy hole works pretty well. It does take a little bit of time to get clamped down, and that can be just a bit of a problem. So it's a little bit fiddly, but it does get the job done, especially on flat stock and longer items like this poker I've got in here that has to extend quite a ways on the anvil. Another option that is really very convenient is to use a work stand. Set the work on the stand so that it'll be level. And then when you bring the piece out of the fire to the anvil, you can hang a hook with a big chain and a weight on it, and that holds it pretty steady. It's going to move a little bit, but it's not going to jump off the anvil, and it's a pretty safe way to go. Now, a couple of viewers over the years have sent me these vices with Hardy shanks on them, and these work great for smaller material or things you need to stand up on end. They just drop right in the Hardy hole, and that way you can clamp something up so it's resting on the face of the anvil and work on it. You can upset short bars, you can split bars, you can put things down flat on the anvil if you need to chisel lengthwise, as long as it all fits in this arrangement. I have one that's a little bit larger and one that's a little bit smaller. Both of these are handy. I can't remember exactly who sent these. If that was you, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Another way to hold things at the anvil that I don't have set up is a chain anchored to the far side of the anvil that you can bring over the top, and it has a foot pedal on it that you can stand on, so you're using your body weight to clamp something down under the chain. I've also used a spring-loaded system that was similar, that had a heavy section of garage door spring mounted to the base of the anvil, and then it had a kind of a bar that came over the top of the anvil. Kind of an oddball thing, but it did work pretty well, and it kept things from sliding off the anvil. Now, there are lots of other ways to hold things at the anvil, so if you've got a technique or a tool that you use that really works well for you, by all means, leave a comment down in the comments section. I'm sure somebody will find your idea just the thing they're looking for. In the meantime, I hope you have time in your day to get out to your shop, make something, but stay safe, wear your safety glasses. We'll see you for the next video.